busy. This past week, we finally officially made it into fall, and the temperatures are starting to change. Starting to wear sweaters. It's kind of nice. And out here in Pennsylvania, the leaves have just barely started getting a little bit of a tinge of reds and golds. So this is going to be my first autumn here in eastern Pennsylvania, so I'm pretty excited. The topography is like super rolling hills, tons of deciduous trees, so I think it's going to be a pretty nice fall. But why are we live today? Why am I live? It's because I just got this awesome, I got a shipment of these amazing rare plants from Indonesia over like maybe, what's today, Thursday? I guess I got them 1 week ago. And so I want to show you guys, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you may have seen, I posted a reel the other day of my unboxing. If you don't follow my Instagram, check it out, it's kind of fun. It's at plant.vibrations. Do lots of daily content. But so for my YouTube fam, which is my favorite fam, I love the YouTube plant community. It's by far my favorite social media platform. You guys teach I have some amazing people that watch the videos, offer me amazing advice, tips, and sharing your experiences. So my real goal is to cultivate this YouTube channel and the YouTube plant community. I think it's by far the most valuable. And I also tend to talk a lot, which makes YouTube good. Anyways, I wanted to show you guys what I have, what my new rare plants are looking like. And I also went to a plant swap recently. So I will show you guys what I got on the plant swap. If you're here on the live, I'd love to see comments, say hi. Love seeing where you guys are from. Makes me really happy, seeing people from different countries, different parts of this country. So send a chat, send a comment so I can say hi back. All right, so let's see. First of all, let me turn this camera around. All right, so this is not one of my new rare plants, but this is a Rhaphidophora decursiva, what do I have? Let's see. Decursiva. This has just been exploding in growth. I've had it maybe 3 weeks and it has almost doubled. So let's take a look at how things are going in my propagation station. My two pink princesses have started to produce growth, so that's pretty amazing. My peperomias have not really done much, but they're still holding on, so I'm hopeful. This guy, let's see, where is it at? This guy is a cutting. First time being here for live. Awesome, Veronica. Thanks for joining. I hope you find the live fun. I think they're super fun. But so this guy, I don't know if I ever said anything, but this is a cutting from. Ciao, Christopher. Glad to see you're back here today. Christopher he's always giving me great tips and advice, so glad to see you're here. So I took a cutting from my vanilla plant. What's up? I don't know how to say it. Fluteflo from Belgium. Sweet. I've been to a couple places in Belgium. So yeah, so this is from my vanilla orchid. I cut it off of this main guy a few weeks ago. And so you can see this is where I cut it. And I'm hoping that I get some branching. It was just growing really nice and like upright, but I don't know. I'm hoping that I get like 2 stems coming out of there so I can fill out the rest of this like trellis structure. I know it's kind of an ugly trellis, but it's doing its thing. Oh, quick side note, check this Monstera Peru. I'm thinking I'm gonna take this cutting and do a little propagation here soon because it has definitely outgrown the size of the container. But these bottom leaves are huge. I'm so thrilled. So I think I'll do a video on how to take cuttings of the Monstera Peru. It's super chill. But this plant has been, let's see, I got that plant maybe 3 years ago. And when I first got it, it was my first Monstera and it was growing really well. It was taking off in growth and I had it in a bright sunny western window in Seattle. But then if you guys have followed, you know, my family's business, how we sell plants on TV, and for the last like 8 years, I would live in multiple parts of the country. I was living in, you have yours in water, it's right. Well, you don't let it go too long in the water, because when they're growing roots in water, the roots are not, they're often like not as thick. So when you transfer it to soil, it becomes a little bit more challenging for them to acclimate to the soil substrate. So the sooner that you transfer out of water into soil, the better. But they will thrive in water, I know. It's true. It's one of the, just another amazing thing about Monstera, genus of Monstera. But anyways, so for the last like 8 years, I would spend like 8 months in one location and then 4 months here in Pennsylvania. And while I was gone a few years ago, the person that was caring for my plants didn't know. It's been there for 2 years. Oh, okay. It sounds like you know better than me. Keep it there then. So she wasn't the best at keeping plants, and I came back and I was just like really distraught because it was in shambles. But you know, it's been a year and a half later, and I have tended it, and now it's thriving again. So I'm happy. It's not nearly as fast as my big Monstera deliciosa, which you can see back there. Not nearly as fast of a grower as that guy, but fast nonetheless. Okay, back to the rare plants. So this guy, I chopped the leaves off. This was the only plant in like the 8 or 9 plants that I received that wasn't looking so great. This was a philodendron. This is a philodendron silver sword. There was some damaged leaves, and they were kind of like starting to smell. So I cut them off and have it on my heating pad, and it's doing well. So it's, you know, I was learning the other day, my sister has a silver sword that hasn't been doing well. And so I was, you know, doing some polls online to see what people's experiences have been with silver swords, and what I'm learning is they like to be relatively confined, and they like to dry out quickly. So I have it in a small pot. Let's see, what do I have? Oh, I have a video. I just finished editing a video for the rare plants, so you'll see what they looked like when they arrived in a video on YouTube soon. I think it's just happy to hear you. Yeah, me too. It was one of my, you know, that Monstera Peru was one of my first like rare plants. So I was really bummed when it was doing poorly, but now I'm happy again. Anyways, so the silver sword, I'm stoked. I can't wait. The silvery foliage, I love the silvery foliage. That is definitely one of the key, like I want more. I used to have the Senecio angel wings with that silvery foliage. Not a great indoor plant, but now I have this silver sword to take its place. So let's see, what else I got going? Oh, I got this little, I don't know what the species is, but this is like some sort of Traskanthia guy. It's just a cutting. It was at this plant swap that I went to, and I just have it stuck in here. And I'm assuming it's going to be as awesome at propagating as this Nanook, which you guys have seen is super, super chill, super easy to grow. And then what I have in here, I don't know if this will help, like, I don't know if they'll work, but I have 2 seeds from my friend's Anthurium Vitarafolium, but it's a variegated one. So she gave me 2 seeds, and please do not get mad when you hear this. I'm actually really mad. So I was just, my friends, I had 3 buddies here that I've been playing golf since we were like 8 years old together. And they came here for like the last 4 days, and we had a nice golf reunion. Played literally on Friday, we played 10 hours of golf. Saturday, we played 5 hours of golf. And on Sunday, we played another 10 hours of golf. It was a really long weekend. My plants got neglected. The seeds, the substrate dried out. It dried out. And when I noticed it, my heart almost sunk. So of course, I moistened it back down, and I'm hoping it works, but I don't know. I think when you're starting seeds, you really don't want them to ever get dried out. If maybe they've started to do something and then you let them dry out, and that's kind of like the best way to make them not viable and germinate. So I'll keep you updated, see what happens. I don't have my fingers. My fingers are crossed. I don't have my hopes up though. Okay, so this guy was one of these beauties from my plant swap. This is how do you guys say it? Kalanchoe or Kalanchoe? Kalanchoe. I've heard so many ways over the years. I say Kalanchoe. Hi, Susan. Thank you. I'm glad that you love the love Robertas. We actually are. I'm just like getting some of like all of our final, T's crossed and I's dotted for our 2022 spring lineup. We have some real, like, if you don't know Robertas, we do tons of really cool new perennials. Like, we'll try to get the very best new hydrangeas, the very best daylilies from, Holland. Awesome stuff. So once it gets back into that season, I'll be showcasing that a little bit more. I always find that plants rooting in all my other, okay, so I'll be careful not to make sure. I actually heard someone told me that it was all over their garden and it was in a warm location, but they couldn't get rid of it. So do you got, what is this, mother of millions? That's what people were telling me. Anyways, it's a fun plant. I just chopped a little bit off. So if you don't mind, is that strap leaf anthurium? Yes, Vitarafolium. Super easy to care for. I've had some mother of thousands. That's what I couldn't understand, if it was mother of millions or mother of thousands. But so for my Vitarafolium, I have a video on my YouTube page, how to grow that. It's really, really easy. I'll show you guys. I'll show you, Veronica, what it looks like. So I have a very, very coarse, porous mixture. Lots of good like pumice and bark. Oh yeah, I know, it's true. You really can't overwater when they're outside. But my Anthurium, I have it in, it's always has some water. That's kind of like my key. Sometimes you got to clean this out because it gets a little bit mucky, but this is how I keep this guy happy. And check this out. Like, okay, it's cool. Look at how long it is getting. Oh my gosh, it's probably grown like an entire shelf in the last, I got it in January, so an entire shelf in the last 10 months. It's been beautiful. But yeah, I still have a couple of my plants outside. You can see I'm keeping my succulents out to the very last day possible. My epiphytes, because they really like to be, they like having that change of the night temperature. To help really strengthen them up. I will have to check. I think, Veronica, I think that it'll probably be similar. I honestly grow all of my Anthurium the same way, and they all seem to really like it. So this is back to the rare houseplants. This is one of the rare houseplants I just got in the mail. This is a Anthurium crystallanum with the red stem. And so what I would recommend, a nice, porous, water retentive, but fast draining mixture. I'm about to make a video about how to make a nice homemade soil substrate. Susan, well, for money trees are pretty, give it good lighting. Good lighting, they don't mind being, confined in their root system either. So side note, I don't let my Anthurium dry out ever. Never let them dry out. This guy, another Anthurium, always moist. I have this guy, Crystal Hope. Yeah, it's sphagnum, bark, perlite, and charcoal. Mixed with, some bagged potting mix. So it's very, very easy to make. I'm going to do a little video showing my recipe that I like to use, that I have stored all the time. This is another rare plant that I got in the mail, this Aglaonema pictum tricolor. And so what you can do with these plants, because they get super long and leggy, of course you can chop the top off and reroot it and have two plants. Or what you can do, what I did today was I repotted it, so I actually have maybe 4 inches of this main stem beneath soil because it was too tall. It was like that, and it just looked funky, and I didn't like it. So I planted the stem deeper, and then what the idea is that out of the nodes that were pre-existing, roots should grow. You know, I've never grown a passion vine inside. My little sister, she lives in SoCal, and she is a passion flower aficionado. Her Instagram, you can see her awesome collection. She has probably 12 different very, very unique varieties. She even has on her arm a tattoo of passion vine. That's how much she loves them. I've never grown them indoors though. But let me show you guys real quick my little soil mix. So this is, I keep it all in like this big, container, always ready to go. I need to go, I'm actually on my way to Home Depot after this video. Her IG is Boulders and Botanicals. If you find my page, just search under who I follow, and then you can find her. She's the Boulders because she's a climber, and Botanicals because she's a plant lover. Okay, what was I showing y'all? Oh yes, the rare plants that I can't see. That's why I love these. That's why I really like the live, because it's so fun. I love when you guys interact with me. It's so fun. So thank you guys for taking part and joining me. So check out this one. Is this not like, this is enormous. I've had the hardest time pronouncing it. Anthurium petatoradiatum, something like that. It's got 2 leaves. This guy was shipped from Indonesia. It had a nice hefty root mass. When it was first starting, it was a little bit more like upright, and now it's starting to kind of get a little bit softer. Oh, tree ferns. Oh my gosh. Yeah, those are one of my favorites. I've had 0 luck growing it. Definitely one of my biggest plant fails. Sounds like a pterodactyl. Is that like the dinosaur pterodactyl? But so this is also an anthurium, and so I'm keeping with my tradition, my tried and true tradition of a nice, that same substrate mix. What's up, farmhand Luke? Thanks for joining me today. You're always leaving me such positive comments. I really appreciate that. Thanks for being a part of the plant vibes. So, okay, this one is really cool. I'm excited to see how it grows, how to care for it. So I'm going to figure that out along the way. Nice leathery foliage. And then this guy has just been so stunning. Look at this foliage. Have you ever seen a peace lily that looks like this? This is a super variegated, I've seen variegated peace lilies before, but this is incredibly variegated. When I was back in Colombia, in Bogota, Samantha and I, we went to a nursery there that had a reverse variegated peace lily, which was I know it really doesn't. It's like I'm still questioning if it's actually a peace lily because it looks so incredible. But so we found this reverse variegated peace lily, which, if you can imagine, it was primarily white with streaks of green. So that was just, it was too much. It was too much. But this guy is, I'm pretty thrilled with. Oh, check this guy's out. So I got all these new flower buds just starting. So if you've ever had like the traditional flamingo flower anthurium, it's classic. I get a lot of comments. Oh, it's not flowering. It's not blooming. What's the deal? My experience is, which one sounds like a nightmare to grow indoors? The Anthurium. I've gotten comments that it's not that difficult. I don't know. We'll see. I'll find out and let you know. But with the Flamingo flower Anthurium, if you find that it's not blooming and it's really filling out its container, if you repot it, you have a very high likelihood that it's going to start to bloom again. That's what I found out. It's like if you give it some more space to grow, give it some more root space, they will start to bloom again. And this guy wasn't flowering for a long time, for maybe 6 months, no flowers. I don't know that white fusion, but it sounds really sweet. Check this one out. My banana. starting to get a little baby. I don't actually have any crown of thorns. I really don't. You know, I loved seeing those growing outside in Cartagena. That's where I saw they have them all over the place there. I've never grown one though, so no experience there. Sorry. But let's see if I can get a good look at this guy for you guys. This is just absolutely been exploding. This is still my favorite plant in my collection. The lighting because of these, let's see if I can do this. And these kind of lights are awesome. If you've checked out my Amazon store, it's like amazon.com/shop/plant.vibrations. You can find it on my, like, I did like a new intro video on my YouTube page, and I have my like Amazon shop listed there. So I'm putting like the stuff that I use that I've tried so many different things, and I'm starting to get really good ideas of what I like, what I don't like. So things like this lighting, which is super pliable, super flexible. You can find that in my Amazon shop. But what I was getting at was this plant is just exploding in growth. Absolutely stunning. So that's why it is still my favorite. Let me put these lights back before I forget. Oh, you guys want to see another? Oops, that didn't work. You want to see another cool plant that is just unreal? My pilea, my Chinese money plant. Look at that stem is totally just on the side, and it's just, whew, big mama. It can't grow up, so it's growing to the side. Okay, back to the rare plants. Oh, anyone with fiddle leaf fig experience? Christopher, I'm guessing you have some experience with it, but it's just starting to lean. Should I just kind of let it flow? I don't know. This is a Bambino. I know my pilea has so many babies, but I don't have room for any more, as you can see. That's what I'm doing, man. I'm filling it up. You can see I have all these pileas. I don't want any more babies, no more room. So anyways, oh yeah, when I was here, I forgot to show these two. So this is this Alocasia reginae. It had like four or five leaves actually, but it didn't have a big enough root mass to support the leaves. So I cut off 3 of the leaves and I left these 2. This one's still not doing good. I might have to cut that one off too. Oh yeah, this he's an old stalwart of the garden. But so I might have to cut another one off. I don't know. I've never grown any of these sort of like super thick Alocasia. All right. If it look, I think that's really the key is just, decide that it looks cool and let it flow, rather than try to stake it up or, put a string attached to the wall that hoistens it upright. I think I'll just let it flow. But if anyone has any tips, any growing thoughts on these guys, let me know, because I don't know. This is a new one for me. This guy, my Florida ghost, I'm imagining this philodendron is just as easy as all my other philodendron. Just needs something to climb up and it will be happy. But this is just, wow. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Oh, and I got this gorgeous, this is my first Cingeonium. Got this at my plant swap and it is just floating on up there. So I know I just posted a video about using moss poles, and I have a moss pole with my big Monstera deliciosa, but I've come to some other conclusions recently, and my conclusion is this. So having the moss is just kind of pointless. No one, like, if you are able to provide moisture to that moss all the time, awesome, great. Then you can make the moss work. I'm not going to be able to do that. How do you do that? You take it to the shower once a week? That's what people tell me. It's like, I'm definitely not going to be doing that. So what is the result? The result is to just use a dowel rod, just like this. I'll get to the humidity here in a second. So I just use a dowel rod just like this, and it does exactly the same goodness. So, oh, check this out. This was my mini monstera, my tetrasperma. It was grown too high, so I just gave it this like side, just like a little pot with a bamboo stake, and it's still going. Oh, look at this one. This one's fun too. I put this nail in the other day, and it's grown 6 inches in 1 week. So give things that want outdoor the moss. But exactly. If it's outside, great, sweet. Inside in this corner, ain't gonna happen. Just no way. So it just acts as something to climb up, and that's fine with me. But what I was saying was, if a plant wants to climb, give it something to climb, and it will do it. It will be much, much happier. And then, oh yes, my last rare plant. I don't really know anything about Hoyas. I don't know if it's actually a rare plant or not. But this is a Hoya publicalis. Nice little splotchy foliage. First Hoya. Excited for that. Everyone that grows Hoyas seems to be obsessed with them, so I'm hoping to be on that Hoya obsession train soon enough. So back to the humidity. So also on my Amazon shop, I put these. So just go to that intro video, and you'll find the link in the description. So this, what it does, so you can. It's actually really cheap, $15. So that top number, 75.7, that is the ambient temperature in this room. 53%, that is the humidity, and 71.2 is where the sensor is actually landing, which right now I have it landing right in my banana plant, in the soil of my banana plant. And so it's a little cooler. So what I've been doing, very easy to grow. Oh, awesome. I cannot wait. Truth be told, neglected. Okay, great. I need some more plants that need neglect, because I have a lot of plants that are a little high maintenance. But anyway, so what I've been doing is going around, and you can just measure the different soil temperatures, and I find that to be kind of cool. Like this guy, a little bit cooler, a whole 2 degrees cooler. I think this little gadget, $15, is it going to help me grow my plants better? Probably not, but it's interesting to add that extra layer of data, I guess. Helps me kind of just like, the thing for me, what I do, I don't have watering schedule. I don't have any sort of schedule of any of my plants. I just look at them all every day, all day, every day. I just look at them a lot, and that's kind of how I learn about them, what they need, and just kind of try to understand them in that respect. But that little gadget kind of helps a little bit. At least I had no idea what the humidity was in here, and now I do. I don't use humidifiers. You guys probably know I'm not a humidifier guy. I am a fan guy. I turn this off just because it's annoying. It's kind of loud, but I have this on all day. Well, all day. Well, that's what I'm thinking. So I have all my lights and my fan. I have it all on timers. So they're all on like 12-hour timers, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So that's kind of how I do that, and it seems to be working. So hopefully all the plants will, all these new rare plants will continue to acclimate. They're kind of having a little bit of a moment right now where they're trying to figure out what they want to do, if this is really their new home or not. So anyways, what was I doing? This has been 30 minutes. I gotta go to Home Depot before it gets too late. It's already 5. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get out of here, and be back later. All right, thanks guys for joining, and thank you so much for conversing with me. It's so fun learning your guys' experiences. I'm telling you, let's cultivate this plant community. That's what we need. Plant friends are the best friends. All right.